Elon Musk earned not one but 2 degrees, yet he does not attribute his success to his college education. He actually feels the exact opposite. Elon has developed certain learning techniques that he uses to study everything he wants in his own way. And if you learn these skills, you'll undoubtedly develop into a far better version of yourself. So, what's the secret of Elon Musk that made him the world's richest man? Make sure to watch all the way to the end to find out. Elon Musk graduated from the University of Pennsylvania with a bachelor's degree in physics and economics. He had planned to pursue a PhD at Stanford University in California, but departed soon after to work with his brother Kimball to create Zip2, a web software company. He never turned back again. Musk has criticized the current educational system in a very public way. Simply put, he doesn't think that students are fast and thoroughly learning. He believes that the educational system does not emphasize enough on critical thinking and problem solving. Musk made the decision to take control of his education, looking to books and mentors with specialized skills for guidance. A man by the name of Jim Cantrell, who lists himself as a subject matter expert in satellite systems on his LinkedIn profile, was one of the first persons he contacted. Cantrell worked for Centre National d'Études Spatiales, or SNES, the French space agency, before returning to the United States and starting his consulting career with aerospace organizations. Cantrell, who had never heard of Musk, subsequently referred to him as the smartest guy I've ever met, period. Musk phoned him out of the blue in 2001 after learning about Cantrell and how great a person he was. Musk eventually told Cantrell over the phone that they needed to meet, and Cantrell was then asked for information about the possibility of launching a spacecraft to Mars. Welcome to Luxurious and Chic. The future SpaceX founder was seeking some advice after being turned down by the Russians. Musk allegedly went to the Russians to buy rockets for his plan to land one on Mars, but the price was too high. Musk could not afford what they were asking for, since although he had made a few millions at the time, he was not a billionaire. He decided to make the rockets himself as a fix. Cantrell stepped in at that point. Cantrell was fascinated by the idea and gave Musk permission to borrow some of his books. He lent him books like Fundamentals of Astrodynamics, International Reference Guide to Space Launch Systems, and Rocket Propulsion Elements, to mention a few. Musk carefully studied these texts. Cantrell would subsequently admit that he wasn't sure if Musk had taken notes on the material in the books. But he is aware that Musk seems to have memorized practically everything he read. Musk had the understanding and vocabulary necessary to engage in debates about astrophysics, rocket science, and other subjects as a result. Cantrell recounted, pondering to himself, "I'll be damned. That's why he's borrowing all my books." The mechanical engineer was enthralled not only by how much Musk had learned, but also by how much he had applied. After reading the books, Musk developed the bare plans for the rocket that would eventually be used by SpaceX. Musk follows a variety of self-educational rules, such as reading widely and surrounding himself with smart people. He would engage in discussions with experts in their industry to learn more about them, strive to duplicate their knowledge when he applied it to his undertakings, like SpaceX, and eventually become friends with them. In reality, Jim Cantrell first collaborated with Musk and SpaceX before starting his own businesses. Musk spoke about the importance of asking the right questions at the World Government Summit in Dubai in 2017 and said, "I came to the conclusion that what really matters is trying to understand the right questions to ask. And the more that we can increase the scope and scale of human consciousness, the better we are able to ask these questions." Check the links in the description if you too would like to experience a life of abundance. Hit like and subscribe for more videos like this. You might be wondering, how much reading does it take to become a self-educated rocket scientist? Well, the answer is quite a lot. Musk acknowledged in a 2017 interview with Rolling Stone that he was first raised by books, than by his parents. He attributes his current level of accomplishment to the time he spent reading, and he has a distinguished reading background. As you would have predicted, Elon is a perfect example of someone who is extremely successful in a variety of fields. Therefore, the saying, "A jack of all trades is a master of none," is not applicable to him. He is said to have read the complete Encyclopedia Britannica when he was just 9 years old, and then spent the next 10 hours a day reading nearly solely science fiction books. It's also not surprising that Musk suggests works about other historical geniuses, such as Walter Isaacson's Benjamin Franklin, An American Life, and Einstein, His Life and Universe. Musk gained a lot of knowledge about leadership and his desire to make the world a better place from reading all those books. While even the average person certainly doesn't have 10 hours a day to devote to reading, some of the wealthiest and most gifted individuals will tell you that reading continually is one of the secrets to their success. According to reports, Warren Buffett reads for 5 to 6 hours per day, getting through a few newspapers and financial documents. The success and financial savvy of other billionaires like Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, and Mark Cuban are all testaments to the value of reading. It won't ensure that you will quickly reach the level of a rocket scientist if you are interested in expanding your knowledge through textbooks the way Musk did. Musk isn't even qualified to call himself a rocket scientist. He only gathered a staggering amount of knowledge. Musk, however, differs from those who merely read books in that he puts his knowledge to use. The two fundamental principles of Musk's approach to learning are application and acquisition. The first is that, in his words, he evaluates knowledge as a kind of semantic tree. He exhorts individuals to make sure they are aware of the core concepts. For instance, look at the trunk and large branches before you examine the leaves or other details. He believes that simply covering the topic is insufficient. You must investigate every aspect of the industry. He taught himself rocket science using this as his guiding concept. In order to be certain that he fully understood it, he studied every minute detail. His second principle states that it is essentially impossible to recall something if our brains aren't wired properly. And learning involves more than just gathering data at random. We need to practice using that knowledge if we want to learn like Elon Musk. When Cantrell lent him those early textbooks, Musk didn't just memorize what he had read. In fact, he utilized the information to develop the blueprints for the rockets that SpaceX would ultimately launch into orbit. His approach is to start with the fundamentals, build on them through time, and then apply what he has learned. Or to put it in another way, you should focus on the essentials before being sucked into the less important elements. The founder of SpaceX even addressed his hiring criteria in his comments on schooling. He is renowned for saying that the lack of a college degree does not bar a candidate from employment. In that sense, Musk undoubtedly exemplifies what he preaches. So, what are your thoughts on Elon Musk's guide to learning? Tell us in the comments. And feel free to check out our channel if you like to see more interesting videos about Elon Musk. And if you want to know about the most expensive things in the world, look inside the lives of the wealthiest people on the planet, or how to achieve success in your life, make sure to hit the subscribe button and stay updated on our latest videos. Don't forget to hit the like button.